Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is how I ended up having a stew instead of making jollof and beans rice. Today is actually Sunday. Hi guys, this is Money once again. So this kanda you are seeing here was gifted to me today by my friend. My friend came over to the house and asked, Chini, what are you cooking today? I said, Omo, I no get anything to cook today. Na only small rice wey I get for house, like little small rice and beans. That's just what I want to make. Do it concoction rice. She said no, that she has kanda and little stew. Then while me, I have small stew that I made last Sunday. So I jumped into it. When you have a toddler at home, you must have to do everything within your power to see that every morning they see what to go to school with. So having that stew was a very big option. Now this is my leftover stew that I have, which I wanted to make the jollof rice and beans with. But if I make this rice and beans, I won't have a leftover stew to make other things during the week, and it's going to be very hectic. So she offered to give me this stew, her own leftover stew, and I said, no problem, since I don't have what to make. Actually, let me accept it. So that's how I accepted her stew. Now this is her own stew, which she also made last Sunday in her house. So that's how I ended up having a stew in my house. So I decided to join both of them together to have at least what I and my son will eat today. So guys, you know that ritual in every Nigerian home that every Sunday, if you don't make stew and white rice, that means you've not actually made Sunday food. So that was how I was feeling on this particular day, until my friend said she has a stew that she didn't say she want to give me this stew. She said she want to trash it, like she want to throw it away. Then I said, you're throwing food away when I don't have anything to eat? Hi God. That was how I accepted the stew, and now merged it with my own stew and then boiled egg. As you can see, the stew is looking a little bit rich. If I tell you that these stews were borrowed, the stew were borrowed and the kanda itself was also gifted, you won't believe. Well, all I can say is that God is actually working. Yes, God is actually a faithful God, because if I tell you that things are not hard, you won't know. If you don't know, you don't know. Honestly, like I literally don't know what to make today. I was just having these beans and the 1.5 cup of rice that I wanted to make jollof, and now this came. God is just a faithful God. Honestly, God is just so faithful to me. I appreciate him so much for being a good neighbor, for being a friend in need. Yes, but she did actually know I was in need though. But then right down inside me, I know that I really needed this help at this point. Then God came through. You know that saying that God will not come down to help you, God will use your neighbors around you to help you. So I am so happy that I have a good neighbor, because it's not all neighbors that will see that this person needs this help and give, and then after giving, he or she will not quarrel you about it, or start telling others that this is me that is feeding this person and the rest of them. So I thank God so much that I have good neighbor that always comes through for me when I'm empty. Yes, when I'm empty. So I also want to use this opportunity to thank you all, my YouTube family. It's not easy. Yes, growing up to 155 subscribers in less than how many months is a very big milestone. I know some persons will say just 150 something and you're celebrating. Yes, I have to celebrate it because this means a whole lot to me. It means a lot, and I wouldn't take that for granted. I appreciate you guys so much, and I pray that we get to where we are heading to. Yes, we get to where we are heading to. If there's anything I'm doing that you don't like, please feel free to tell me. Feel free to let me know. I am open for corrections at all time. So guys, I think our food is ready at this point. Please come and join me and eat the gifted food that God provided. Thank you guys.